Hey guys, so today in Sonia's messy room, we are going to talk about disappointing yourself and crawling out of the hole. So, you guys know that I have a goal of 50 miles, at least 50 miles exercise set aside, logged, not just for walking, not just like around the house, not my daily step goal, but actual exercise miles logged per month. And I did well in January and I did well in February. And in March, I sucked. I mean, I think that to say I sucked at achieving 50 miles is true. To say I sucked altogether, not necessarily true. And actually, it was more like the last week and a half that I sucked. Or maybe the last week, because this isn't actually. So, like, from that all the way to there, I sucked. That has several things. I'll just tell you what happens. You guys know I was having health issues. My stomach was starting to really hurt. I had gone to the doctor and I was talking to her about a couple of things, and she was like, I know you don't want to hear this, but sometimes you gotta stop. Because I was like, I know that fibromyalgia, you have to keep going because if you don't, you rust and it gets harder to move. And she said, yes, that's true. But sometimes you have to stop. It's about learning if your body is telling you, I need rest, versus your body telling you, I'm just in pain like normal. So I started to really think about that. And I was like, you know what? I know that I was basically poisoning myself in massive doses since I started the Soylent and started to eat clean. And by that, I was doing like vegetarian stuff and stuff like that, which was a lot of soy, plus the soy shake things that I was doing. So all of it together was just too much. So I was like, you know what? Some of this pain is probably my body responding, flaring up, becoming swollen and sick. So I probably should step back. Look, I look like a big boozer with the wine. Not too much of a boozer, clearly, because that wine is halfway full up to there. But anyway, that's not my wine, but it is on my nightstand. Okay, so I was like, you know what? I think that I need to take some time off. And then it just so happened that it was spring break, and two of the girls that I work out with regularly are moms. So it's extra hard, like whenever kids are off of school, it's extra hard to like coordinate our schedules because, kids get ferried all over the place and stuff like that. Everybody's got different things going on. One of them is a working mom, one of them's a stay-at-home mom. So they just have different things going on. And a stay-at-home mom started watching another child. So life, it's just life, it's life. So I was like, well, this is a really good week. Instead of killing myself to try to get to those walks, I'll just take some time off. But I really thought in the back of my mind, I was going to be able to get to my 50 in little bits here and there. And I didn't. I got 43.86 exercise miles walked this month. So when I realized that, and the 31st came, and I knew for a fact that I was not going to get my 50 this month, I was devastated, and then I was upset, like with myself, angry. Then I was scared. I was like, well, what if I don't even care? Like, what if it's like when you get that first detention in middle school, and all of a sudden you realize that one detention does not make you a bad kid, and your parents aren't going to kill you. So I was like, what if I let myself down and I let this become the new normal? And I really sat with that for a minute, and then I was like, no, this is not the new normal. There are things changing. I am determined to change in my life and make them real and serious changes, not to where they stop taking effort, right? So one of them is I'm going to make this month different. I am. I'm going to avoid soy and therefore feel much better. And with that much better feeling, I'm going to work out. So I decided to set myself a goal of doing at least one exercise mile a day. I would like to have two, but I'm not going to be crazy about it. One exercise mile a day And again, I would like to reach 50 and I would like to have 5Ks in there and everything else. So that's what I'm working on. But I really want to talk about crawling out of that because it is easy. There's this like meme, this like internet meme that goes around. There's like this little sign that people will post and it's like, tired of starting over, stop quitting. And I think that at one point that might have spoke to me, but my head was twisted when it did, because actually I think it's kind of rude. And I try not to be overly sensitive and like, oh, that's so offensive. But that's kind of offensive because not everybody who starts over quit. Okay? Like, not everybody who has to climb up from something put themselves there just by quitting. Ah, whatever, I'm just gonna give up. That's bull. Sometimes you start over because you look at your situation and you go, you know what? I did this. I did this as hard and as long as I could, and this isn't working. So I have to stop and start over. If you ever watched Face Off, usually the winning look is the sculptor who stopped in the middle and went, no, this is wrong, and starts over. So they don't quit the show because they feel like they got lost in one of their sculpts and it's not working out. They scrap that and they start over. Starting over should not be looked at as failure. It should be looked at as refusing to quit, really. So I refuse to quit. And yes, I'm tired of starting over, but I will not let that weariness and that tired feeling consume me. I will not let it make me quit. I will continue to start over until I find my new footing. I know that it can be done. I am finally, years later, at peace with the fact that it will look nothing like the first time I found my footing, but that I am better off now than I was then, and that I'm going to be better in the future than I am now. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I just wanted to share that with you guys.